Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Bishop Chatard High School. It's a Saturday afternoon for high school basketball here on IndianaSRN. The Bearcats of Muncie Central out of the North Central Conference coming into this one at 5-10. They've lost their last 5, and the host Trojans of Bishop Chatard, who've lost 3 of their last 4, including a loss yesterday to Brebeuf, 69-42. They enter this contest at 6-6 on the season. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else for delicious food? Burner Electric, providing quality electrical services in central Indiana. Boilermaker Local 374, we're second to none in quality and performance. Clean Slate, inspired innovation that moves business forward. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. And by the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, you can watch the best Division III basketball on HCAC.tv, where you always have a front row seat. Troy Derengowski, Coach Keith Myers with you on I know it's an unusual start time here, Coach, and I guess I better scoot back over here, huh? Unusual start time because it's starting at 5 o'clock. Good news for us. Good news for the players and such. They can get out a little bit early. But the bottom line is both these teams could really use a win here tonight.
Dinner at 7:30, so it can't go into double overtime. I'll be upset.
You should be.
My steak is waiting for me. You talk about Chatard, a tough loss last night against a very good Brebeuf team, a conference loss, which hurts them down in the standings. Guerin Catholic needs some help for some people to make that competitive. A tough conference. Muncie Central struggling a little bit this year, 5-10. This second time we have seen Muncie Central. They play well, young. Coaches doing the right thing. Takes time to build a program, as you know. I knew how to destroy programs. I wish I learned how to build programs, but both teams are struggling. And it could be one of those games where it gets you almost ready for the sectional.
Yeah.
You're going to play teams that are a little bit stronger, a little bit difficult. Muncie Central is a 4A school. Chatard is a 3A school. So we'll see what happens. First time that I know of that they've ever played.
By the way, when you speak of Muncie Central and you think of the greats they've had there, the Bonzi Wells, guys like that, Chandler Thompson played also at Muncie Central, but they've hit some tough times. They're only averaging about 43.9 points per game. They have one double-digit score in DeMarcus Cole, averaging 14.9 points per game. So offense has really been a big key for them. They just can't generate enough offense. They're holding their opponents to 52 points per game, but they got to find a way to get some offense going here tonight.
Yeah, you're right, Troy. And what they have to do is just rebound the ball well, go back and start everything else, and just start from scratch and see what happens.
Well, we mentioned DeMarcus Cole. He's also a 52% field goal shooter at 14.9 points per game. Then you have a host of other players at around 7. You have Zavia Cook, who's averaging at 7.6 points per game. Brady McNabb, who's really their three-point shooter at 7.4. And LJ Strange at 6.9 points per game. Not a terrible shooting team at 45% and 38% from 3, but again, they just don't get many opportunities. One other thing I noticed about Muncie Central coming to this one tonight, Coach, they only average 16 rebounds per game.
And that's really a tough thing to do. If you're 16 points average, your opponents are about 23 to 24.
Yeah. When we come back, we'll talk about Bishop Chatard trying to get a win here tonight after losing to Brebeuf yesterday. That's coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
To you. standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Coach, if there's a team we have seen a lot this year, it is Bishop Chatard, and we have well documented their shooting woes. They are not a great shooting basketball team. They, too, by the way, have just one player in double figures, and that's Ethan Roseman. And they lost to Brebeuf 69-42. The Cecina game, as we said, they just didn't shoot very well at all. They were 4-23 from three-point range, good enough for 17%. They'll have to shoot well tonight. I know Muncie Central, you're going to say they're 5-10. They're 0-6 on the road, but they've got a lot of quickness, and they're hoping that's going to transpire into some extra points tonight. Talk about this Trojan team and what they need to do.
You know, one of the things that I did, I had a team back in the day that didn't shoot the ball well. So what we did, we designed our offense that we get closer to the basket.
Right.
You don't worry about the three-point shot. You don't worry about the 15-foot jump shot. You worry about pounding it inside, and we told even our point guards, you got to penetrate to the way to go and to the system. And once you do that, things open up a little bit differently for you, and you just got to keep shooting because you know you have shooters. You made these kids. I mean, you put these kids on your team, so you know they had some ability. And a wise old man told me, if you don't make it the first time, keep shooting until you make it.
Yeah.
Because eventually the odds of you making them will be outstanding. And one of these games where you're going to shoot the ball so well and you score 82 points, you feel real good about yourself. The next day you shoot the ball and you only score 15. I think that's where they ran into Cecina. They ran into a buzzsaw where everything Cecina knocked down because Cecina shot 70%. So that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, not often enough. We'd all like to shoot 70% for sure. We mentioned Ethan Roseman, and the one other thing, and again, you love the kid, 23 points per game, but there's too much, a lot of times, standing around watching him do his thing, and the other players don't get quite as involved in the offense as they should.
I tell you what, Troy, and I talked to Coach a little bit about this the other day. Sometimes you just sit because you're amazed at what this kid can do. Well, you're his teammate. Your job, you can watch him in practice. During a game, he's going to give you the ball because there's a couple times where he'll give his ball to distribute the ball, and they're not ready for it because they think he's going to shoot the ball.
Right.
You got to get to know him. And I think as we're in the 12th game, I mean, it's still 12 games is not many games for a varsity team. 15 is about where you should be. So there may be 3 games behind everybody else because of football. That's okay. So you just learn from it. And, you know, playing on a Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock where everybody else is playing at 7:30 tonight, maybe this is what you need to do, mix some things up and going on. Because there's another 5 o'clock game that we have against a team that they play. Who knows? All I know is we're doing a high school basketball game. It's on a Saturday afternoon, and it's better than watching IU than anybody else.
We'll keep an eye on Roseman tonight. Don't forget Cashmore. He's at about 9.8 points per game. The ever-dangerous Colin Guy, if he can light things up, especially if he can hit things from the outside. We have seen him do that before. Not a lot of size on either one of these two teams. Bishop Chatard will need to rebound here tonight. But again, when you look at the numbers of Muncie Central, they're not a strong rebounding team. This really could favor Bishop Chatard here tonight, right?
And you left out one guy. The first round draft choice after he graduates from Ball State.
Sam Feeney.
Sam Feeney, my boy.
Yeah.
Sam can play, man. He'll mess it up with you. If you go strong with Sam is strong enough to handle himself inside. I love this kid, and I love this team, but Sam Feeney, I really feel, is the heart of this team. Ethan does a lot of scoring, but Sam does a great job.
Yeah, and here you'll see Harrison Forrestall, one of the other. Of course, he was a football player,
he was too.
He's about 6'4".
I think they all played football, didn't they?
They should have, but he's about 6'4", so he'll be a big key inside as well. We'll come back, the starting lineups and the tip-off coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
Is very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Back here once again at Bishop Chatard High School as we're preparing for the Bearcats and the Trojans. We want to go to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups.
At guard, a 5'11 senior, number 12, Brady McNabb. At forward, a 6'1 senior, number 3, DeMarcus Cole. At forward, a 6-foot sophomore, number 4, Landon Wells. And at forward, a 6'4 junior. Ethan Roseman. At guard, a 5'9 junior, number 3, Cash Moore. At guard, a 6-foot senior, number 10, Scotty Sebler. At guard, a 5'10 sophomore, 25, Chris Hill. And starting at center, a 6'4 junior, 21, Harrison Forrestal.
All right, both teams ready to go for this one tonight. Coach, we kind of went through maybe some of the things these two teams will have to do for tonight to get a win and kind of get back on the winning side of things. Keys to this one this evening.
Muncie Central has to take their shots, good shots, take their shots, limit their turnovers, stop guard play, and stop the inside game. I think Harrison could cause some fits.
Okay.
And then play their speed. Don't jump up and down. Don't run. Play your speed. For Chatard, you're at home. Bounce back. Give your crowd in the game. Get your crowd in the game. Rebound, 50-50 ball. And I think they got to shoot the three much better than 17% tonight.
No doubt about that. Forrestal against Strange. Both by the way at around the 6'4 range. They will undoubtedly be the two tallest players on these two ball clubs here tonight. It'll be Bishop Chatard winning the tip, and we're underway.
Man-to-man, typical for Muncie Central.
That is Hill with the basketball. Looking inside, Semler out front. You'll see Semler run the point quite a bit here tonight.
Well, because he distributes the ball very, very well.
Good look at Cash Moore off the hill. This is a team, like we mentioned before, Bishop Chatard is a turnover early by the Trojans. Muncie Central quickly back the other way. Their first shot is going to be missed. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Muncie Central. Shot was missed by Brady McNabb. He, by the way, is their best three-point shooter.
I want to say hello to folks in Tennessee that's watching this tonight.
Anybody we know?
Yes, sir.
You going to tell us who they are?
No, sir. He told me not to say a thing, so I just did.
I shouldn't have even asked.
Yeah, you do.
Here's Cole. Little weave action now by Muncie Central. Wide open jumper is on the way and missed. Bearcats cold early. Ball tipped into the awaiting arms of Harrison Forrestal. Good look here at Roseman. Roseman, the kick out to Semler. Here's Cash Moore. Neither team able to get a point on the board yet. As you see Semler back it out near midcourt. Neither team scores a ton of points on the season, so points might be at a premium today.
Is it under 50 points for both teams?
No. Bishop Chatard is actually just a little over 50, and Muncie Central to 43.9. First foul of the night. That'll go against Landon Wells. Good move this time by Ethan Roseman. He'll go to the line for the first time. Undoubtedly one of their better free throw shooters at around 80%, but he misses the first.
Broadcast jinx, hate mail, Troy D, IndianaSRN.
Second free throw is good, but he might have gone over the line.
Did.
He did. So he actually is going to be not credited with the points. So he misses both of those. He was over just a little bit early. You could see him leaning too, couldn't you?
Yep.
So now a little press put together by the Trojans.
Speed 'em
Bearcats
up.
break it easily, though. They're used to that, though.
Yes.
A lot of teams in the NCC press. This is Strange. Handoff down to McNabb. Wells. And they'll work it back out top to Strange. Strange, nice move down the lane, and a foul, I believe, on Forrestal, and we'll go to the line for two.
Both teams ice cold right now.
Yeah.
This is a nice little move here.
No, Strange looking back, wondering if he was going to
Who's
get the
gonna-
call on that, but he got it. Second free throw is on the way and good, so he'll get one of two. So we're finally on the board, almost 2 minutes in, and somebody gets a free throw.
It's 1-0.
Here is Roseman. Roseman, strong to the basket, gets his first two.
How about the strength of him? I mean, that's pure strength to get that up on the cup.
Press again. Muncie Central breaks it. They'll work into the half court. McNabb outside into the hands of (4-2). Bearcats with the lead. Cook, by the way, getting his first points of the night. He got a three-pointer just moments ago. And now here's Hill in the corner. Jumper no good, and the rebound Wells.
No one's crashing the board for Chatard. You got to crash the boards.
Bearcats lead it by 5. Near turnover. Roseman now with the basketball. Now Semler. Bishop Chatard unable to score early in this. Timeout on the floor. Muncie Central leads it 9-2.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
It'll be Bishop Chatard basketball. They got the timeout, down by 7. Hill fires the 3 and misses. Battle for the loose basketball. Roseman, his bucket is good, and he'll go to the line for 1.
I'm sure Coach Roseman did not say we're going to shoot a three-pointer coming out of the timeout. But Ethan didn't go into the basket.
McNabb will pick up the foul.
As you see, take a look at the replay there.
The miss by Ethan on the free throw, but he comes back, gets the offensive rebound. The putback is good. He has all 6 points now for Bishop Chatard.
And if your pitcher is going in and out, our pitcher here is going in and out. The weather, internet works great when it works. And a 3-point basket made by Muncie Central.
That way we can just come back. 12-6, turnover by Bishop Chatard. Bearcats quickly back the other way. Jumper's going to be missed from the left wing, and the rebound by Cash Moore. So they got 6-point lead. That'll be Roseman in the lane for 2. Bearcats shooting pretty well early. They have 3 players with 3 points. Checking in the lineup now for the Bearcats, Shamar Taylor, averaging just over 3 points per game. Colin Guy is now checked in along with Sam Feeney for Bishop Chatard. Bearcats have had success shooting from the outside so far here tonight. your score. Basket good by Colin Guy, and he'll go to the line. Bearcats going to get into foul trouble early.
Actually, we talked about it in pregame. 3-point shot may not be there. Just put the ball closer to the basket, make them foul you, shoot that 8, 10, 12-foot jump shot. Good shot by Guy.
And the free throw good. Guy, the only other player that has scored.
And just like that, they're down by only 1.
Yeah. Bearcats cooling off just a little bit, but they've handled this trap pretty well. How about that? Sliding to the basket. That'll be DeMarcus Cole, his first 2 points. Back to a 3-point lead, under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. This is Hill. Hill left all alone, finally picked up on the double team, now to Roseman. 3-point lead for the Bearcats. We'll see Semler coming out of the lineup. Nobody's going to check into the lineup. We'll see Cash Moore sit down. We're coming up on 1 minute remaining here in this opening quarter of play. Minute 17 on the clock, still a 3-point lead. Roseman, three-pointer in and out. Rebound Feeney. Feeney saves it from going out of bounds. Semler back to Hill. Hill will find Roseman. 14-foot jumper on the way short. Bearcats basketball. In the backcourt is Cole. Mentioned he averages 14 points per game. Skip pass, drive baseline by Strange. This is Cole. And they'll reset it out front now to Cook. Bearcats being patient here in the half court. This will be Cole. Cook stops, looks inside. There's a three deep in the corner by DeMarcus Cole. He now has 5 points, the lead up to 6. And as we head the other way, 6.9 seconds remaining, and Bishop Chatard will turn it over. 3.2 seconds remaining.
Good first half here first quarter by Muncie.
Yeah, no kidding. 17 points on the board for the Bearcats as that ball's knocked out of bounds by Sam Feeney.
When we coached, we wanted 18 or plus, and they're right there.
We have a timeout on the floor. Bearcats lead it by 6.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family. Come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Hey, don't forget, you can unleash the power and passion of IndianaSRN and always have a front row seat. Contact us at sales@IndianaSRN.org to discuss how we can customize a sponsorship package that maximizes your brand and exposure right here on Central Indiana sports leader, IndianaSRN.
17-11, Muncie's got to be very, very happy with that first quarter. If you're Chatard, you got to do a little bit more defense, and you got to hit baskets.
Yeah, Bearcats already a third away of their total scoring for a game at 43.9. Here's a three at the top by Strange, no good. Offensive rebound, putback is going to be partially blocked. Wells gets his shot blocked. This will be Semler bringing it at the floor, and it's knocked out of bounds to the far side.
And we know that Chatard is not really tall. They're not very heavy with height, and it gets him in trouble. The length of Muncie Central has cost him a little bit of fits.
Yeah, some long arms out there for the Bearcats. In the corner, here's the three by Cash Moore, and that one hung on the front of the rim.
That almost went in, but it definitely hung on there.
Bearcats wasting no time in transition, still with a 6-point lead. We've got a timeout on the floor. Bishop Chatard, it'll be a 30-second timeout. Today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. And we want to thank our officials, as always, as part of our sponsorship, Officially Human. And their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Thanks to our officials, because without them, we do not play. Sportsmanship is everyone's job.
I saw officials today. I saw a little 4th and 5th grade game.
Mm-hmm.
Both officials outstanding. Complimented them at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Offered a guy some popcorn, and he said, no, I'd rather have money.
And he took the money, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah,
he took the money.
He could buy the popcorn with the money. But
that wasn't the point. Sorry. The point was I didn't want to spend the money. Move on.
I hear you. 17-13, a 4-point lead. Bearcats have pretty much led in this one throughout. Now they're working against that zone. Good ball movement. Wide open is McNabb. Missed it. And a rebound by Strange. Here is a shot in the corner. This is going to be missed by McNabb, and we'll head the other way. That's going to be Strange, actually, missing the three. Semler. Bearcats coming back the other way after they missed three in the corner. See Bishop Chatard trying to trap the basketball wherever they can get a trap in that two-man. And what is helping here is, then, of course, the turnover doesn't help for Muncie Central. But if you move that ball fast enough, they can't come trap you.
Yeah. And then you got to, with the trap, then you got a man wide open.
Yeah. And we have seen the Bearcats unable to take advantage of that because they've had guys wide open. And even with that good ball movement the last time, they commit the turnover. So still a 4-point lead.
5:30 to play in the first half.
This is Colin Guys checked back in. Very short lineup right here for Bishop Chatard. Semler, jump stop, spins, turns, fires, and this one is missed, rims in and out. And we head back the other way. This is Cook, a little floater in the lane, got the roll.
Semler had the momentum and then stopped and then pivot. I think if he kept going to the basket, might have been contact, could have got a foul call there.
And if you're going to turn around back like that, don't fade away on your shot.
And don't back the basket.
Yeah. Baseline drive is Vaden is going to be called for the travel. That's the 4th turnover now by Bishop Chatard. So it's a 3-point lead. 19-16 as we play here in the second quarter. Ball loose, turnover Bearcats. Roseman back the other way, layup good. So now 1-point deficit for Bishop Chatard. There's that trap on the sideline, causes another turnover. Down court pass to Cash Moore, gives it to Roseman as his shot blocked. able to turn and shoot and miss it. And what do we have here? Looks like we will have a traveling call against Roseman. 5 turnovers now by Bishop Chatard. Take a look at this steal here.
Here's what I like. Keep going to the basket, finish, and turn right around. Good defense. The travel call, okay.
Well, I can tell you one thing. The referee I saw today was almost perfect in his calls.
Yeah.
On the drive is Cole. In the corner, here's a shot. McNabb, the air ball. Colin Guy with a rebound. Lead pass will find Hill. Baseline shot short. Another one and done. McNabb with a rebound.
Stop the ball.
McNabb has his shot blocked by Colin Guy. Able to get it back. Here's Cole. Cole had for 5 points so far, and he averages nearly 15, so a little bit under his average. Boy, I tell you what, near turnover again for the Bearcats. This is Strange. In the corner, shot on the way, and that's going to be an air ball. Jovan Williams checking into the ball game now for Muncie Central. He wears number 5.
Nice.
Semler baseline shot good. And Bishop Chatard has come back. They now take a 1-point lead.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, where they offer traditional food like Grandma used to make. A great staff, even better food. I guess Keith was there today. Check them out Wednesday through Sunday. Give them a call at 317-760-1640.
I was there today.
Berk. We will head to the free throw line. It'll be DeMarcus Cole, had 5 points in that opening quarter. Roseman back in the lineup. Also checking back in will be Sam Feeney. And at the line, DeMarcus Cole. He completes the three-point play. So it will be Bishop Chatard basketball. 23-22 Trojans leaded by 1. Coming up on 1:55 to go here in the first half. Roseman drives in. Feeds in the corner to Colin Guy. Three-pointer is good. His second three-pointer of the night. Trap on the sideline. And they're going to say it was thrown out of bounds. The turnover by Javon Williams. 4th turnover now by Muncie Central. 5 by the Trojans here in the first half.
You know, if you're the Chatard Trojans, you're not played well at all this first half, and you're fortunate that you're up by 4.
Yeah. Trojans have scored 15 points in this second quarter. Held the Bearcats so far to just 5. This is Semler. Lost the handle momentarily. Gets it back out front now to Colin Guy. Boy, Guy was looking for a little give and go right there, wasn't he?
Yep.
This is Roseman. Fadeaway shot. Flat on his shot as he misses that one. Strange with a rebound. Coming up on a minute to go. Bearcats trying to get the offense rolling again. The kick inside, nothing available there. The working around the perimeter in the corner, 3-point bucket, good. Taylor able to get his first bucket of the ball game. Taylor averaging 3, just met his average right there. Clock is down to 36 seconds to go. Looks like Bishop Chatard will go ahead and try to play for one right here with that 1-point lead. Well, Bishop Chatard has had success tonight playing basically a 4 or 5 guard lineup.
Yep.
Even though they've been outsized. And the Trojans are going to call a timeout right here to discuss what they want to try to do here in the last few seconds of this first half. Today's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like more information or would you like maybe volunteer, give them a call, 317-686-6239. Also want to thank Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Start your career with Boilermaker Union Local 374. Give them a call at 219-845-1000. Well, at this stage, you're basically at about 20 seconds. You have enough time to set something up. Probably start at around 8 or 9, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see what they have in store here. Tell you what, a lot of reaching out front. I'd have called a foul right there, Coach.
Well, I think that's what Coach was saying. We're fouling him. Blow the whistle.
Roseman on the drive, and he will not get the bucket. He was upset. He thought he got fouled there at the very end. I think you're right as well. Muncie was trying to foul, and there was no whistle.
Well, if you looked at the time, if they foul, they're not going to be in the post. They're not going to be at the free throw line. Foul them again and waste it, in the quarter with them not shooting free throws. As you saw the scoreboard right there, they only had 1 foul.
Yeah.
In the whole entire second quarter.
Yeah. So it didn't work out the way the Bearcats hoped it to. Unfortunately for them, Roseman misses that shot at the buzzer. Halftime score, Bishop Chatard leading Muncie Central 26-25.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Without the basket, the sport of basketball would just be ball, and no one wants to play with balls if baskets aren't involved. So in this video, we're going to go over the history and evolution of the basket. A little while back we talked about the history of the ball, so you know where to go if you want to watch that video. This is a basket-only program. Basketball was invented in the winter of 1891. James Naismith wanted to invent a sport that can be played indoors during the winter time at YMCA, and so he did just that. He created the first basketball hoop with a broken peach basket that he placed 10 feet into the air. Why 10 feet, you might be wondering? Well, there's no significant reason for the sport itself. This was more so a coincidence, as he hung the peach baskets on the railing of the indoor running track at the YMCA gym in Springfield, Massachusetts, and that railing was 10 feet off the ground. Of course, that height stuck for the majority of its history, but what did change significantly is the basket. The baskets at or around this time had no hole and needed a ladder to be scooped out, or when they did add a hole a few years later, there was a tiny hole at the bottom that had to be poked out with a staff. By the year 1893, it was time to add a backboard, but the backboard was not invented for the players. It was invented to stop fans in the balcony from interfering with the ball. They were originally made out of chicken wire, so these weren't really effective for bank shots or rebounds. But that didn't stop players from trying to utilize the backboard, because on February 2nd in that same year, a box on the backboard was added, and this was used to assist players to aim towards the basket, but the chicken wire was starting to be an issue. So we fast forward to the start of the 20th century. The basket became a net, and in 1901, the net had a metal rim. But the net also had no bottom, so after every shot was made, someone had to come and poke the ball out. And man, what the heck is chicken wire still doing here? Thankfully, by the year 1904, wooden boards became mandatory. And finally, by the year 1906, the grand invention of cutting a hole at the bottom came into fashion, and we got the first tangible net with a solid backboard. In 1909, glass boards became more and more common, and this newfound strength slowly but surely led to something you may know as the dunk. By the year 1912, we finally got the iconic nylon net. So now when a shot is made, you can hear that crisp whooshing noise with that beautiful sound of a nothing but net basket. Now that's not why they were made. They weren't made to have an amazing noise. This design with the thick knots and the strong nylon just allowed the ball to fall directly in the center and not flop around after a score was made. As the sport of basketball became more and more popular, recreational and even professional sports leagues started to form. And these leagues wanted to create regulated dimensions for the backboard, backboard square, and rim. The NCAA and the NBA at the time thought it would be a great idea to have the same regulations. These regulations are a 6 feet wide and a 3.5 feet tall backboard. As for the square, it needs to be 24 inches wide and 18 inches tall. The line of the square needs to be 2 inches thick, and the square needs to be placed at the center above the rim. As for the rim needs to extend 6 inches from the backboard, and the front part of the rim must be 24 inches from the backboard, which leaves an 18-inch diameter for the ball to fall through. This was the norm for the main bulk of basketball history, but during the 1950s, it was not uncommon for the hoops to be 12 feet tall instead of 10, even in the NBA. In 1954, the Hawks and Lakers played a game with 12-foot rims, and you can thank this achievement to NBA legend George Mikan. He was so good at the game, the league wanted to make it more of a challenge for him. But only the opposite happened. The shorter players had an even harder time scoring, and Mikan had no problem scoring on 12 feet. So the hoop returned to its 10 feet standard. Beyond that point, the hoop stayed relatively the same, but a lot of power dunkers kept breaking the hoops with their amazing dunks. So around the 80s, hydraulic systems were implemented into the hoop, so if they do crash, the hoop would come down slowly. This was a nice idea until a man named Shaquille O'Neal came to town. In 1993, Shaq was busting these hydraulic hoops, so the NBA had to weld the hoops from the base to be even stronger. And now the hoops are almost indestructible, but every now and then we get some power dunkers to damage these hoops. For example, DeAndre Jordan was able to bend the rim, and Dwight Howard was able to knock the shot clock off of its balance. But beyond that, it is getting harder and harder to break a modern NBA hoop. Maybe Zion Williamson might have the Hulk-like strength to force the next evolution in hoop strength, but until then, this has been the evolution and history of the basketball hoop.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Back once again here at Bishop Chatard, a 1-point ball game. Bishop Chatard having an excellent second quarter. They scored 15 points and essentially held the Bearcats to 8. Which, if you look on the season, Muncie Central, when they had a 17-point first quarter, that's probably pretty much above their average by far.
Yeah, you look at the first half, and it's tells of 2 quarters. Chatard, very, very slow start going into the first quarter. Muncie Central had a great first quarter, and then all of a sudden, Chatard caught wind, and here's one of those baskets that, drew the foul. Got to the foul line and got you back into the game, and you're down just by you're up by 1 at halftime. You got to be pretty happy being as bad. Rephrase that: not as bad, but it's not as good as you should be playing.
Yeah.
And you're in a lead at 26-25. I think a little bit of that is being maybe at home.
By the way, DeMarcus Cole, 8 points in the first half for Muncie Central, 5 points by Cook, Taylor with 3, Wells with 2, McNabb with 6, and Strange with a single point in that first half of play. Unofficially for Bishop Chatard, Roseman 11, Guy with 9, Semler with 4, and Hill with 2 points. You see some of the action right there. That was the earlier play of Roseman. Really at the end of the first half, we talked about Muncie Central trying to foul to make sure that Bishop Chatard was not going. As you see the steal and the layup. But when you look at the officials trying to, I know they don't want to make a call if they don't have to, maybe that close to the end of the first half, but you could visibly see Muncie Central trying to foul. And it was a strategy they wanted to use.
And one of the things that we did on my coaching staff, when we wanted to do that, we would call that timeout and tell the officials, look, we're going to foul 4 times before this half is over, and we're going to run out the clock.
Yeah.
Please call the foul.
Yeah.
Because you're trained as an official, advantage, disadvantage. There was no clear advantage there.
Yeah.
It's just one of the things you got to deal with when you're coaching.
My guess is then he must not have communicated that with the official, right? I mean,
well, he tried when he's going, I'm trying to foul here.
Yeah, but I would do it while the timeouts happen. Yeah.
The best way to do that, the best way to communicate with officials, or especially during timeouts, because no one's watching you, and 2, you can just really explain what you want, and good officials will listen to that. And now they're not going to call it right away, but they're going to see what you want, and if there's contact there, they're going to make that call.
Roseman really being hounded by Cole, able to hit the shot. Good start for Bishop Chatard.
The key is communication, both coach and officials, and then listening to that communication.
Exactly. McNabb, not ready for the basketball, was Strange. And again, that zone has caused issues for Muncie Central, not so much in that opening period of play, as Wells will fire in the corner and hit the 3.
You got to get out in that shooter. You cannot give him that time. Even Troy could hit that basket if he had 3 seconds to look at the rim.
I would. This is Roseman off the screen. Semler hands off now to, Cash Moore. Semler once again to Moore. Fires and misses that one. And the rebound by Cole. Bearcats running the floor the other way and unable to hold on to it is Strange, and that'll be their 5th turnover. Ball had a little spin on it, huh?
Yeah, it did.
I know that might have messed up the assist there for DeMarcus Cole. You could see he was visibly upset about that. And he, along with Roseman, really going at each other.
Yeah, I like this little cat mouse game they play.
Semler off to Roseman. Splits the double team. Got the defender in the air and will go to the line.
The pump fake is awesome.
And should be utilized even more. Roseman at the line.
He's like 1 of 3 tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's exactly 1 of 3. Now make it 1 of 4. And then Roseman off the rebound, shoots and misses, and coming away with it will be Cole. So Bishop Chatard leaving points on the board. We're tied at 28. And we have a carry against the Bearcats. That's turnover number 6.
I have watched 4 games this weekend, and I've seen this call made at least 6 times.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's getting to the point now where, again, we talk about ball, hand on the side of the ball is becoming hand under the ball. And we're going to have to see that get cleaned up eventually because it's really starting to get into the younger grades, too.
Got to clean that up.
Big time.
That is a carry.
This is Roseman off the screen in the corner, short on the shot, able to get the offensive rebound. Roseman to Hill. Hill back to Roseman. Jump stop in the lane, left hand, no. Coming away with it, nope, it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Sam Feeney.
Roseman's doing putting the ball in the rim. The ball just won't fall.
He sometimes, if you watch him shoot, he's a little flat, isn't he? Sometimes he just doesn't get enough arc in his shot. If he can correct that.
That's called youth.
Well, yeah. Second foul called on Chris Hill.
5:34 to play in the third quarter.
Each team now with 1 foul. McNabb will give it off now to Strange. This is not a deep Muncie Central team either. They're going to play their starters pretty much the entire contest. That'll be a traveling call against Cook. That'll be number 7 now in the Bearcats. So Bishop Chatard, as we're still tied at 28 here in the third. Attacking that man-to-man, though it's very sagging down inside the three-point line. Here's Colin Guy, and maybe that'll pull him out of it. Colin with 12, and Bishop Chatard now leads it by 3. Shot will be missed and tipped out of bounds. Looks like it was last touched by L.J. Strange.
This is a strange game. I mean, I see contact, and they're just passing the. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of contact tonight.
So this will be Semler working it up the floor against McNabb. Went a little 1-4 low on their offense here as Colin Guy throws it down in the corner to Cash Moore. Here's Roseman. Roseman had 3 purple jerseys around him and able to kick it outside Semler. Here
nice
is
ball
Roseman
fake.
again. How about that? Tell you what, you can get a lot of guys to bite on that all the time. 33-28, a 5-point lead. Only problem is enough players don't utilize it.
That's exactly right.
Bearcats.
They had the man open underneath the basket.
McNabb missing badly. We've got a reaching foul in the backcourt against Muncie Central.
Look at this. Nice shot, fake. Good bucket.
By the way, Cook picking up that foul. That is his first, just the second team foul on Muncie Central. Harrison Forrestall is checked back in now for Bishop Chatard. Once again, it'll be Roseman. Wide open in the corner. Semler for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Put back good by Forrestall.
There's what the young man needs to do. Nice job.
And anticipated the shot coming long, and he was exactly right. Foul called against Colin Guy. That is another thing that if you really have players study the game, where that shot is coming from, you know how to position yourself on the floor to possibly get a rebound. Off the inbound.
And you learn that at practice, how the ball comes off the ball with your certain players.
Bearcats got to get DeMarcus Cole going here pretty soon. The kick out. Here's a three on the way. Good, and boy, they needed that one. Taylor, his second three-pointer.
Cut it within 4. I think it's the first one to 45.
It might be close. Scoring really slowed down, and Colin will be fouled, and they're going to get Wells on the foul. Unfortunately, if you're a Bearcat fan, that means we're going to go to the line for 3. Third team foul. Take another look at it. Colin back in for another. Two for 2. Colin now with 14 points.
Get the trifecta, Kyle.
Away. Send your hate mail to Keith Myers.
Yeah, there we go.
So now a 6-point lead, Bearcats basketball. That'll be Cole on the drive on the baseline. They get him for a travel. Look like to me, and of course he better be careful that he doesn't get a delay of game or a technical.
He's talking to the official right now. Official's talking to him.
It appeared to me that if Cole would take it baseline, pull-up jumpers were coming up on 2.5, there's that pull-up mid-range jumper that he could have success with. Trap out front. Quickly, the shot of the way. There's Colin Guy again.
He's feeling it. Give him the ball.
Lead at 9. Boy, how this game changed. Bearcats had a great first quarter, but since then they have struggled on offense. So Muncie Central back once again in the half court. The drive, the little floater, good once again by Taylor.
That looked like your horse shot earlier in the day.
It did.
Yep.
8 points now by Taylor. Semler to Guy. See if they get back to Guy again. He has the hot hand right now. Nice drive on the baseline by Cash Moore.
How about
that? Forrestall lays it in.
How about that pass going through 3 guys?
4 points now by Forrestall. Lead back to 9. Bearcats basketball. Wide open. Top of the key, missing it is Cole. Probably not quite his range right there. This will be Strange on the drive. He's way short. And here come the Trojans once again. Colin Guy will find Semler. See if they'll spread and play for 1 here. They're trying to position. You see the coaching staff on the sideline pointing everywhere.
They want to go 4 out.
Yeah. Back the other way we go. 44-33 your score, an 11-point lead, the biggest so far for the Trojans. Down court throw, and the layup good at the other end by Roseman.
This is a 13-point lead by Chatard.
Under 30 seconds remaining. See if the Bearcats will play for one, trying to get some kind of momentum back as they head to the fourth quarter. That will do it for period number 3. Bishop Chatard leads it by 13.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Today's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Their mission is building better futures one story at a time. They acknowledge the whole person and their individual story. For more information, give them a call at 317-472-7600. And also by Piper Logistics. They're a warehouse group of logistics professionals dedicated to working together to provide their clients with a complete logistics program. They have offices in Indianapolis and Cincinnati. For more information, give them a call at 317-396-1023. Coach, I'll tell you what, Bishop Chatard, you look at their last 2 quarters, but especially that third, they outscored the Bearcats 20-8. Colin Guy, Ethan Roseman really shooting the ball well.
Yeah, Troy, you're exactly right.
Inside, and the basket will count. Give the points there to Strange. Colin Guy picks up the foul. That'll be a second first team foul. Strange at the line, completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. We have him now unofficially with 4. Bearcats trying to force a turnover in that half-court trap. Roseman with a shot fake gives it up in the corner. This will be Cash Moore. Nice pass inside, a little bit low for Colin Guy, and he'll somehow come away with it. They're just out hustling the Bearcats, but there's a steal at the top and a layup at the other end by DeMarcus Cole. He is in double figures with 10.
You just let him back into the game.
Possession in favor of the Trojans as Scott Semler checks in for Cash Moore. There's the steal and the layup at the other end.
What Cash Moore did that I love, he didn't try to block the shot.
Bishop Chatard very patient in the half court with this lead. Not safe yet. Semler with a basketball. Terry Miles will pick up the foul. He just checked into the lineup moments ago, and that'll put Roseman at the line for 2 shots. Roseman 17 points, now make it 18. Mentioned he's averaging around 23 per game. Cook is back in for the Bearcats as well. Second free throw is missed. Bearcats will have to work quick. They're down by 9. Nice drive down the lane. Basket is good. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Bishop Chatard, their lead is cut to 7.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion of Care. Don't miss this chance to turn your compassionate efforts into a rewarding experience. Ball loose on the floor. Bearcats able to come away with it. Terry Miles. (49-42) here in the fourth quarter. McNabb for 3, got it. Big bucket by McNabb. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-point ball game. Today's game brought to you in part by Passion of Care. Don't miss this chance to turn your compassionate efforts into a rewarding experience. Learn more about their SFC program and the ATTC program today and embark on a journey of care and compensation. For more information, give them a call at 317-537-1811. Foul be on Cashmore, by the way, coming back into the lineup. Foul was called on Scott Semler. That'll be his first. Team foul number 2 now as we are halfway through the fourth quarter. Bishop Chatard basketball. That'll be Roseman. The feed down low and a foul call. Nice cut to the basket by Scott Semler will send him to the line for 2.
Nice move by Scott Semler to go to the basket. Put the ball up on the cup.
So Bearcats basketball. Down in this one, 51-48. 3-point ball game. Here is McNabb again. This time missed everything. Trojans trying to hold on in the final 3 minutes. Pick up their 7th win of the year. Ball is loose. Diving on the floor will be Feeney, and of course Feeney will win that battle every time. Unfortunately, if you're the Trojans, though, you don't have the possession arrow.
Feeney thought it was a football, man. He thought it was a fumble.
Watch Feeney hustle after this.
You know who's in the stands probably loving that is Coach Doyle.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah. After they wipe up some of the sweat on the floor, boy, the Trojans just trying to hold on right here. Bearcats making a run in the 4th quarter. Bishop Chatard so far only 5 points of their own in this quarter. And we have a foul away from the basketball.
Illegal screen.
So they're going to get the foul call on Terry Miles on the moving screen. Bearcat fans, you can hear they don't like that call at all.
Oh my, they're going to give him the ball right there. Wow,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
That is interesting. This is Roseman. Look at the hands on this. I'll tell you what, there'd be a definite foul there someplace. Semler with a basket, and he'll go to the line.
They're going to count the basket. They sure did.
Yeah. Foul be called on McNabb.
Well, that's a little frustration there. If you're Muncie Central, get called for the illegal screen, and you go down here and gave up a 3-point play. You're right back into it.
The only thing I don't understand is why they got the ball where they got the ball, because I thought the foul was down low.
I think the only way I can explain it is it might have been up high, and that's why, because with the new rule, you put where the violation occurs.
Right.
So it might have been up high. If that's the case, that's a tough call from the baseline to make that call.
It is. Very tough. You can see why that might be the discussion for the Bearcats, as now they're down by 6. Still just 2 possessions, and we're under 2.5 minutes to go. This is Taylor, and they just can't find any really easy look right here. This will be Cole on the drive and a foul call against the against the Trojans. Semler picks up number 2. That is the 3rd team foul now on the Trojans. There are 5 on the board now for Muncie Central. So at this stage, the Trojans will be shooting some free throws next time they're fouled. The drive by McNabb, the kick in the corner to Cole. And
might have get away from a foul there. No, he got it late.
They get Semler again.
Yes, sir.
I thought, actually, that Cole traveled with it at first.
You're not allowed 3 steps?
Well, you can probably have 3 in some leagues, but I don't think you can really shuffle your feet to get into position like he did. But again, they're a lot closer than I am.
Yes. I agree. 2
minutes to go. Yeah, this is going to be tough. They really need a bucket right here. Good look at Strange. Looks inside to McNabb. McNabb dribbling out of the double team. Got in some pretty tough territory and maybe got bailed out on a foul. Could be Colin Guy. Or was it Cash Moore? It is Cash Moore, just picked up number 2. Now, the board said a little bit ago that there weren't 5 team fouls up there, were there?
Yes. Yeah, it was
So
5-3,
two quick
and then
ones,
two
huh?
quick ones, yes.
Free throw missed by McNabb. Second free throw is on the way. Might have been in the lane a little bit quick, but who's counting?
54-49. This is a key possession here for Chatard.
I tell you what, though, if I'm 2 possessions, I'm wasting a lot of time right here because they're going to have to eventually foul. McNabb's wanting to come and trap, but nobody's there for him. Cashmore, baseline shot, missed it. The tip out Feeney. Roseman comes away with it. Roseman in no man's land, able to get the rebound, put back, and he's fouled.
Man, the contact there on the pass but good job by Roseman of sitting there and catching the ball. Watch this. That's contact. There's contact.
Yeah. Well, you know who kept it alive was Sam Feeney.
Yep.
(56-49), coming up on a minute to go. Shots missed by Strange. Semler went for the rebound, but then it's knocked out of bounds by the Bearcats. Roseman has struggled from the line tonight. Probably at some point could have put this game out of reach. We've got a timeout on the floor. Trojans lead it by 7.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
See the Trojans holding on to a 7-point lead. Get the win here tonight. They'll move to 7-6 on the season. The Bearcats would fall to 5-11. Smaller lineup right here again for.
It worked for them in the first half.
It did. And it also worked for them with a 20-point third quarter.
Yeah.
And I also think they know, too, they need as many ball handlers in the lineup as they can get, because you see the Bearcats will press right here. Strange and Cole now being joined by Cook. Good look here at Cashmore. Driving is Roseman. Basket good. Wate, he has come up big in the second half.
Do you not think that was designed in that timeout? Because they stayed in that backcourt and had Cash come get the ball.
It is now a 9-point lead after it was cut to 4 just moments ago. Bearcats got to find some points quickly. This will be Cole, passed up the 3, then drives in and misses it, and they may get Semler for another one.
That's not a good foul.
You can tell that DeMarcus Cole not comfortable shooting a three-pointer.
Not confidence level there.
Yeah, he passed it up, and then I know he has success driving here, but you're going to need threes, not free throws eventually.
Down by 8.
Because even if you hit this one, you're still talking about 3 possessions.
Yes, sir.
Both free throws good. Quick foul in the backcourt against Strange.
They're going to make you make free throws.
And that's the way to do it. It's the only way that you're going to be able to stop the clock. You're hoping, of course, you put the wrong guy at the line and Colin Guy. But at this stage, you kind of pick your poison. 9-point lead under 30 seconds remaining. Strange trying to find an opening. The kick out to Cole for 3, and he missed it. Rebound by Feeney, and that may seal it right here as the Bearcats chasing, and they're going to have to foul eventually with 12 to go, and that'll put Semler at the line, and that'll about seal it up.
I think that will seal it up there for you. Big win for Chatard, a much needed.
Yeah, they lost 3 out of 4, and again, the loss to Cecina, the loss to Brebeuf, 2 games which they just did not shoot extremely well at all, and then they come out here tonight and shoot much better, especially Roseman, and Colin Guy was really the guy outside that really provided them with the points.
And real quick before we go off the air, good luck to Dan Wagner and the Chatard girls as they go to sectional play starting Tuesday night against Brebeuf, and then the championship will be right here on IndianaSRN as well. And, of course, we will have Chatard and Greenwood Christian next Saturday, and we'll look at the game time on those just to see when that game time is because it was scheduled for a 7:30 start. Both girls could qualify to the championship game, would move that game to maybe a noon start, but we'll keep you posted.
Okay.
I know you're heading off to Rose-Hulman next week as well.
Yeah, yep, and that thing's getting interesting too because we'll have 6 games remaining by the time maybe less than that, maybe 5 games by the time we get to next Saturday because they'll play on Wednesday, and we're talking about seeding is going to be really important, and there's a lot of teams at the top. It's really the top 6 now that are the difference makers.
And we want to thank you for listening, and again, when it works, and the fog messes with our signal.
Fog is bad for everybody. So as you see, the timeout was called by Muncie Central. They are out of timeouts. There's only 12 seconds remaining. There's really not much you can do at this juncture, but they're going to exhaust every avenue they possibly can.
Well, it's a teaching metric.
It is.
5 seconds now.
So in 61-53 your score. Off the inbound. See, and you're literally, if you're going to call the timeout there, you've got to go get a steal or something because it really didn't prove to be anything. So there's your final score. Bishop Chatard with the win, 61-53. As we mentioned, Bishop Chatard now 7-6 on the season. Muncie Central falls to 5-11. They've now lost their last 6 in a row. We invite you to get to IndianaSRN.org if you want to check out our future schedule.
And don't forget tonight, 7:30, Covenant Christian taking on Sheridan. That's on our sister station. You got time to go get you a pizza and sit back down and watch another game tonight.
All right. High school basketball right here on IndianaSRN.